record on the cloud, and then you can also have the recording afterwards, so you can use it for whatever
That
podcast you
would be
want.
lovely.
Yeah, so thank you, and I'm happy to give you an intro in Seven Vortex. You said that you been in the website?
Yeah, building the website.
Okay, so let me share the screen. See my screen now. So let's say this is what we have open in Seven Vortex. It's supposed to be an open platform, and I say I suppose it's supposed because this is the way I see it. That it's open. That everyone that is putting information here, it's open to everyone. But for some technical people, they would like to be open in the way that they get access to the database. But that access is not even feasible for me for the moment. It is coded in a very specific technology. So to get there, you need the skills to actually work with graph database is the name. So it is not like in my skills. I'm not a coder. I'm not a technician, but I did ask for this kind of tool. I'm more into the artistic way and into the visual thinking, and I
Mhm.
needed something that was easy for me to actually put all this information together and make it useful for everyone. So, for example, I was restoring a coastal dune in Yucatan, and I couldn't find information about it. So I thought, like, what is going on here that we don't have enough information, having so much knowledge about it. So local people they know about the things that are happening there, but we don't have any space for them to do it. So in the beginning, I started like this, like Biomimica is the name, and I started as a blog, right? But as I was putting more information, actually, I couldn't see the relationships in between the information. So that was for me hard because like reality happens to be more systemic than linear.
Mhm.
And so I needed to make sense, even though that I put all the information here. So for example, we did something with Nikon, which is the camera brand. So I can have here some of the information that we have collected, but it is not linked as a mind map. So I was really struggling on the visual side to be able to show the story how it is connected, right? And so I created Seven Vortex as an extension of let's say my way of thinking, and I'm also inspired by nature. So I will show you how to create a map, which is kind of very easy. So once that you have your user is for free. You don't need any payment unless you want to make it private. So if you want to make it private, then you pay a license of 10 euros per month or 100 euros per year. But the main idea is that we actually share within each other, right? Like this is how it is open and this is how it's free. So, but I encourage everyone to buy a membership, buy 1 month because this is the money that actually helps Seven Vortex to survive in the maintenance, right? So now you are here, and the first ecosystem that you are going to have in your user, it doesn't let you change the title. So just for you to be aware, it's a playground where you can just make bubbles and doodle around, but it is not meant to be public. So you have to do a second one if you want to make it public since the beginning. So this will be like the second one, right? So let's say in the second one, I can add a title. I will put just the date and maybe um, ecosystem restoration communities. Maybe I can add a location, and in my case, I'm in Genval. I can also make it part of my collections. My collections has been already set in Seven Vortex. So I have different collections. So for example, I think I have one here. See, no, restoration. Let's see here. Right? So I know that this one goes to this, but it could also go to another one. So Seven Vortex or whatever. So it could belong to different folders. And this is why it's interesting because usually in your folders you can just have one. So let's say the title here or the client will be John DeLiu. I can put a logo, I can put a background, in the background, I can include any kind of picture and any kind of background. So I'm gonna use something like this, for example, just to show you, right? And so you can make it as beautiful as you would like to be in your own terms, right? And here you can create a copy for yourself or for someone else, and move it. So let's go now to the bubble. And the bubble, it's really just very easy to use. So for example, one example that I like to use very often is the earth, right? And I can put a link here. I can put a date. This is a URL, right? And if I have a reference, for example, to something specific, I can put a color. I can put an image, or I can embed a YouTube video. So with the link of YouTube, I can just place it here and a short description, a tag, like a restoration, and enter, and then save. So this is just for the first bubble, and then to create another one, we have to drag and drop a line outside of the earth. So if you come here, then you will have another one. And for example, I will use it for humanity. And I will add another color just to play with it. And if you see, this relationship is what we are all struggling with, because right now, uh, the humanity, it is extracting resources from the planet. So this is what is different from this kind of mind mapping tool. So if you put it here, this is the relationship that we have, and there exist six type of different relationships in biology or in ecology. So this one is predation, for example. But if we start to fight more against nature, and then let's say we go beyond the boundaries, it might look a little bit more like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be both losing energy, right? Like this is what a fight looks like a war looks like right now, what we are doing now. It looks like this, like both are losing, and in the short term they might be winning some money, but in reality we are both losing. So you can change relationships here, and there are three types of combinations, and it's always bi-directional. That is like the second level of complexity. So it's really if you are sure about what you want to say there. But let's say that what I want to express when I talk about regeneration, it is that we should build something like this. So this is our goal, like how we can, as humanity, as a species, add value to the planet. And this is why the restoration is so important, right? Because they're actually planting and doing it for real on the ground in many ways, but there are different kinds of initiatives around the world that are using this. So this is why in Explore we have all this that is open. So if you want to create another one, or if you want to say, oh, let's explore what is in there. So let me just delete the relationship, and I will put one here and the other one here. So now we can see that there might be different factors of humanity doing this or uh, doing this. So we don't know, right? We're just guessing for the moment. But this is how you can express like a map, and I can create a connection from one to other like this. I don't know if until here you have questions.
Oh, for now, everything is clear.
So I think this is what you need actually to create whatever you want, right? And I can show you some of the things that I have done with John, so you have some other ideas on how it works. But let's say that this is as easy as it looks like, and it was really the main idea to give people, non-tech people, the opportunity to do mind maps and to do it in a way that is attractive,
Beautiful. And
right?
it's not like so it's because the thing is that like what we were thinking is that we have a Notion page for now that like I'm making a Notion page where I'm trying to like make an archive for the different projects.
Hmm.
And the plan was like basically to create like also a visual part because like here you cannot store documents, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can put links. So the
Okay.
documents might be like a Google Doc, and then there is a link, or in any kind of a server, but you can add the link. Yeah,
Okay.
I will show you an example like this. So if you want to embed this one in a website,
Mm-hmm.
whatever website, you have both the link and you can do a screenshot. If you wanted to make it like interactive, then you have the embed, and it's an iframe.
Mhm.
So just put it here as an embed code. You copy it, and then here you add the file. So for example, if I want to do it in erc.org, I don't know, I have to put the HTTP, all the website there. But I also need to do it for the server. So in my case, for example, I have Wix in some websites. So here I have to put also Wix, which is the server, right? Like Notion, I think will be what you're saying, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So you just have to put both, like the website and the hosting of the URL.
Okay.
So you have this one, and then you can put an iframe wherever you want, and that will be interactive. So you will have this window that you are looking here in any website, so there can actually interact. If I just want to show this one, for example, the Earth and humanity, I use the stars. I click
Mhm.
here and here, and then when I'm in the preview mode, I can see just the stars. So I can, for example, present it like this, and they need to come, and when they hover, they can click, they can click. So you are building kind of a story, right? So it is less, it's easier to see, or you can just start by humanity, and you can see how it is built, right?
That's
So
beautiful.
it's a way, it's like a kaleidoscope in a way. So
Yeah.
you can work with it. So let's go. So one of the things that I have here that might be also of your interest, I have the Discover part. In the Discover part, I have some feature collections that I've put there. So one of them is called Biographs. And in Biographs, I have people that I work with or that I know, like John, for example, but also some other people. Maybe you're familiar with Hunter or with E.O. Wilson or Rupert Sheldrake.
Mhm.
And I've been building kind of an archive for them to see what they've been doing and how you can be inspired from them. So I call them contemporary heroes. So you can come here and explore what John has been doing, and you can do it from the center and then exploring what kind of essays of restoration. So I'm owner of this one, and John has a copy, but I'm happy to give you another copy if you want to place information here. But let's say that this is one of the ways to put different kinds of information in the same site. Let's explore it. I don't know if you're familiar
With
with this
with
one.
this
Yeah,
page.
yeah.
Yeah, John showed it to me, and as like an example, I was like struck. It's insane. It's basically like mycelium. It's so.
Yeah. So for him was really to show like the extents, like the depth of his work, right?
Mhm.
And but it becomes a little bit messy when you have all this network all together. So you have to have an intention behind it. So in this
Yeah.
case, it's fine because you want to see the extension of the work, but at some other points, then you want to make it clearer or shorter. It depends on the intention. So if you want to gather information, I will show you another example. So let's say
But
that,
how do you like? Do you basically start with an idea? Like, do you make a kind of like a map beforehand? Be like, okay, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to address,
yeah,
and because like yes, I can see it being like there's a chance of it turning a bit overwhelming because like it's a lot, especially when you do something about I don't know the life of a person or in this case like different ecosystem restoration projects around the world. Like I
yeah,
also I
yeah,
don't really know
exactly.
how to start.
It becomes difficult. So you have to have an intention. So a clear idea on what you want to experiment. What do you want to map? Because you cannot map everything in one. So let's say, for example, this map is about the bio of John DeLue. It might be another one that is more. Let's explore what I have there. My collections. So restoration. Here, for example, I already work with 19 ecosystems for John over time. So this is value ecosystems. This is trust and transparency, business model, the swarm, another club, culture shift. So it's just one topic, and this is why I'm saying that it's very important to have one intention. So what do you want to map there? But mapping everything in one is not always a good idea. So you want to structure the information. So for example, I'm gonna show you one that is about the information. So this organization works in Panama. It's university, and they wanted to do like multimedia vortex, right? So how to put the media there. So what we did is just to place them in two different ways. So they wanted to see who's the media owner, and on the other side, what's the media type. And then in the center, you have all the interactions in between. So for example, this is PDF digital and PDF, and it's a magazine that they've been into. So they add the link, they add the image,
Mhm.
and some kind of description. So when you have it like this, you can start exploring like where are the webs and the videos and the map. So this is one way of like making it just as an index from to like a matrix from different terms, right? So
Mhm.
I don't know if you see it like this or you want to see it in a different way.
Um, okay, like wow, okay, these are very different ways of making this. Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
This is another way, for example, that I was doing meetings to build with each of the members of the team. So here I included the video. So like this one, I'm recording it. I put it listed in YouTube, and then I put it here so we know what is happening there. Then I put the people that I'm connecting with, and then I put the maps that I did with them for the meetings. So I use it also for taking notes on a meeting, right? And it's very useful because then instead of losing the knowledge or just keeping it in your notebook, it is now available for them, for
Yeah.
everyone. And it is adding information to humanity in a way, right? So what I'm waiting as a next investment is to be able to put this information at the service of the planet. And this is why I've been just sharing it with people with, let's say, good intentions in the way that we know how regeneration works. And so it really depends how you want to present it. There is a lot of room for creativity and for speaking from your heart and from your like aesthetics perspective. So
Mhm.
I was connecting it also at some moment. So this is my second piece. Seven Vortex is the first one, and this is the second piece. Is Metabolic Earth and Metabolic.earth. So in Metabolic.earth, I think it's important to show you just for you to know. But let's say I was linking the location, right? That you saw in the card. I was linking the location, and for example, it was an experiment in very specific moment of time. Now it is not updating properly,
Mhm.
but let's say that we run the experiment to know that it could be connected. So this is something that goes into Ecosystem Restoration LA, and this was a discussion that happens in with John and these people. So they were just talking about the regenerative agriculture, central kitchens, creator space, healing. So I'm kind of doing the notes while they're having the conversation. I'm sharing the screen, and they see how everything is getting connected. So from scratch, right? So it's easier just for everyone that is in the meeting to understand how it works. And so this is the last way of doing it. And in this metabolic earth, I also have like different networks that I've been working with. And for example, the ecosystem restoration camps at that moment from John.
Mhm.
And so I have them here mapped with a small logo. So in case that it helps you also to to share with someone, they will not be fully updated, but I think it's a beautiful tool just to share with someone else to say we are global and this is from 2019, I think. And now we have more camps, but so you have another place to share.
Honestly, yes, because I think them and like I've been working with John, it's been only a month almost. And the amount of like and also like meeting all these new people, like the amount of informations that is like thrown at you almost in the
Mhm.
because like it's a lot. So like
Yeah,
there's
of course.
the chance of getting overwhelmed with it, and like this is an amazing way to like have like okay, this leads to this and to this, because sometimes when it's too much of information because there is a lot, there's a risk of getting like swamped by it.
Mm.
This is an amazing tool. Wow, thank you.
And for example, especially in the case of John, that you might be helping him for a while, and then someone else will be helping him. Like I've been meeting people that are really positive for him over the years. So
Mhm,
as you could see, for example, I have 19 maps already, like regarding to his work. Uh, and there are other maps in addition that I just did for like notes or like this, and I think it's a way to also share these kind of things that he's up to, but also it's very difficult to do it because it's always like you need to edit a video or you need to share the notes and nobody's reading it.
mhm,
So Seven Vortex, like this is a way that is open, right? Like we want to have these thoughts, these ideas, this way of thinking open for everyone so they could get inspired. And I believe at some point it should be helping, like, for example, if you have this kind of conversation, it should be helping you to bring more information around it. So the legal structure or helping local communities or saying there is another case that will come with AI. But for the moment, I have nothing connected as AI. Like it's really human and it's really about helping humanity to express the ideas, right?
it's good. Also to create like yeah, like a storage of knowledge that can be passed on, because there's always the risk of like losing things around, like you say, like one, I don't know, a person writes a minutes from a meeting and then half of the people don't read it, or it gets lost.
Mhm.
So in
Yeah,
this way you can store like information, and you can also see how it evolves into other things, which is sometimes, what what I don't know gets lost. And then like you're like, yes, but we arrived to this point and maybe you don't even remember from what you like how you started and from what you started. And it's
that's
it's,
exactly
it's
right.
really, really good.
That's
Okay.
exactly right. So just feel free to use it. And as I said, the only like paying feature is private. So the rest of the, let's say, all the tools and features are just available for everyone. So I was also trying to be coherent in the business model, right? If you want it private, it's because you might be doing business with it. So it's okay to pay for it as well. Cool.
Thank you.
I don't know if there is something else or you just prefer to jump and play a little bit and then if you have any doubts, just send me a message and we can chat again if like I think with another session you will be like very proficient once that you try on your own. Yeah.
Mhm. I will. Thank you so much for your time and your help, really.
Well, I hope it's gonna be really helpful and I'm available for whatever you need, right? Thank you,
Thank
Anna.
you. Bye bye bye
Bye
bye.
bye.